In 2004, Miami-Dade College bought this plot of land for $25 million. Today, it's worth $360 million, and they just gave it away to Trump to build his presidential library.
The Trump Presidential Library is a step closer to being built in downtown Miami, next door to the landmark Freedom Tower. Miami-Dade College owns the land, and today, for the second time, its board of trustees voted to donate it to the parking lot for the Presidential Library after a public hearing.
This is land taxpayers helped pay for, and they won't get a single dollar in return. What do you think the college should do with the land or with the money from the land? Putting up a 47-story building that will further clutter Miami's skyline will not change people's perception of 47 having a thing the size of a mushroom.
Is this the one? What?
Even though that's the point, right? Well, at least one of them. Why would your library need 47 floors? We know that even though the land it's going to sit on was transferred from Miami-Dade College, there will be no reading. The books in the library could fit in the sides of a shoe closet. Come on. And then you realize this tower is on supremely valuable land. It's right next to the historic Freedom Tower, Miami's Ellis Island. It's right across the street from where the Miami Heat play. It's right across from the Port of Miami, where the cruise ships depart. This is extremely valuable real estate in the heart of the city of Miami. It's a moneymaker. Of course, maybe the first couple of floors of the building will have first grade readers and his version of the Bible. That's where Dictator Don hopes to launder his reputation. What could he do with the rest of the building? Maybe a couple of restaurants, a hotel, offices, possibly condos. This tower will be more than just a library. With restaurants, hotels, offices, and condos in a 47-story tower, there are countless ways to move money through this building. His reputation isn't the only thing that could get laundered here. Here's what gets me. The school just gave him the land. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but instead of transferring that land to Florida for the library, it could have been sold. And the proceeds could have been used to, I don't know, improve the school or provide scholarships to students in need or lower tuition for all students. Tell me what you think the money could have been used for in the comments. $360 million is life-changing money. That's transformative money for education, but instead it was just handed over. Meanwhile, the Library Foundation is raising nearly $1 billion in tax-exempt donations. Mind you, which is far more and much faster than any previous president. Keep in mind that tens of millions of that money is coming from legal settlements stemming from what he called fake news for years. To be frank, I didn't think he'd erect a library at all because I thought he was just allergic to books. Something that should be a space for learning, he is shaping to become another echo chamber, just like what he's done to the Kennedy Center. He went ahead and rejected any honoree that he deemed was too woke. He has essentially ruined my youth. I know that I will survive, but Gloria Gaynor, she won't. She is proof to me that anybody who says that they aren't political has politics that I actually don't care for. I do think that it's really cool that it's become much easier to tell where the wealthy fall politically just by their plastic surgery. After all this becomes history, they won't be able to erase their Mar-a-Lago faces. Unlike my last 2 points, none of this is random. His new national security strategy, it was just released. It's trying to rewrite history in real time. It's positioning him as a global peacemaker who brokered deals. This library will be where that narrative gets cemented for future generations. This is about how history remembers him. We know what the problem is, and now we have to determine what we can do about it. Maybe we can't do something big as an individual, but we can each do a little something that will move the needle in the direction that we want to go. And after some effort from all of us, we can make it over this hump that really feels like a mountain. The Kennedy Center can only harden into a loyalty stage if artists and audiences and media treat it as inevitable rather than something that could be opposed. The new national security strategy that tries to position this man as the ultimate peacemaker, it will only succeed if reporters and scholars and witnesses stop documenting what is actually reality. The presidential library can only become a one-sided monument if local and state processes, zoning boards, and donors, they just continue to cooperate with him without scrutiny. Let's put pressure where we need to put pressure. What he's doing right now is not random. It's his legacy project. If you're concerned, it's justified. But we have to realize that no matter what has happened throughout history, people have made it to the other side, and so will we. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kina. Before I decided what to talk about in this video, I went to Google Trends to see what people were searching for. Then I opened Ground News and saw these 3 stories about Trump that I later realized were connected once I dug into them a little bit. You can subscribe to Ground News through my link to get 40% off of the Vantage subscription. It's the one that I use that gives me access to all of its features. Thank you to everybody who shared the authoritarian stack. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a website that I discussed in this video. It shows you the connections between tech bros and how they're really taking control of everything. I'll link the video and the website in the description for this video. For everybody who shared a coffee and a super thanks, I really appreciate your support. It helps me stay on track and avoid sensationalizing my videos. And even if you can't support with a donation, shares, likes, and watching the video all the way through are simple ways that you can help. For everyone who voted yes on me getting a new mic, this is not it. I've ordered it and it's on its way. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you can hear me once it arrives. Okay, bye.